believe that in my mind they was thinking, how are we going to roll the stone away? But it did not turn them around. They kept on their journey. You see, there's some time when you are on a journey, you will allow that enemy to get in your ears and turn you around. And now when Mary Magdalene, I need to let you know that she is the one that Jesus had cast 7 demons out of. And she became one of his closest followers. And now, church, when she goes and she see that the stone was rolled away, she runs back and she tell the disciples, and now Peter and John, they run down to see for themselves. And one thing about it is, when you are lined up with God, and when you are instructed by God, when he give you a word, others may not believe that he gave you the word, but you hold on anyhow. You see, there's times in our lives that we will go through hard times. We will go through hell and high water. But one thing about it is, I encourage you to hold on to God's unchanging hand. Your friends might turn their back on you. They may talk a little mess, but God is the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore. I need you to hear this now. There's one verse where Mary said, they have taken away my Lord, and we don't know what they have done with him. But now when Peter and John, they go down to the tomb of John, he was a little younger than Peter, so he outran Peter. But when John got there and he looking in, Peter went in the tomb, and all he saw where Jesus' body had lain. In other words, the body wasn't there anymore. Or what he saw was, it was a neatly folded handkerchief. Can I call it a napkin? It was folded and placed on by himself. I need to tell you that if a thief was trying to steal Jesus' body, they wouldn't have had enough time to take a napkin and fold it up neatly. They would have went in quickly and snatched the body. One thing I need to tell you though, just because the stone was rolled away, it wasn't for Jesus to walk out. Because if you know it, when the disciples ran back to Peter's house, Jesus showed up. The door was locked, and he just walked in. He don't need you to roll no stone away from the tomb for him to get up. Or why is that, Bishop, you're talking about stone? Well, Jesus is the rock of ages. That means he's been around forever and ever and ever. He told Peter, up on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not be able. If there are anybody in here with me today that remember Peter, he said this, I'm going back to what I used to do. That's how so many Christians are. You allow the devil to get in your head, and he take you back to your old ways. Peter was, he was a fisherman, and he went on back to his old ways. And some of the boys said, I'm going to go with you, but can I bag up just a little bit before I let you go home? One thing about it, those Roman soldiers and those Pharisees, they thought this plan that had came together. They was high-fiving one another. They thought it had came together. But they got word. They got word. It was early a Sunday morning. I said it was early a Sunday morning. They got word that Jesus, he had got up with pound in his hands. He gave you power so you can get up. He gave you power so you can roll that stone of dead away. He gave you power so you don't have to cry no more. He gave you power to dry your tears. Somebody in here, you ought to say, weeping may endure for a night, but joy, oh joy, is coming in the morning. Jesus, he's my joy. Jesus, he's my shining star. Jesus, he's my provider. Jesus, he will be back for you and me. When he come back, will you be ready? Or go ahead and touch a neighbor now and say, oh neighbor, will you be ready when he comes? I know that a thing's been hard. I know that you've been getting attacked from every side. I know that you feel like throwing up both your hands and say, I quit. But you got to remember, no weapon that is formed against me shall be able to prosper. I'm coming out looking better than I did before. I'm coming out stronger than I was before. I'm coming out with running in my feet. I'm coming out with a healed body. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I'm coming out.